We've got the Eagles. We've got the Colts. The Eagles favored by 7. Over under on this one, 45.5. What are your thoughts here?
Taking Philly, but I'm taking the under here. Like, I think Philadelphia's defense is a little embarrassed. I think they got kind of called under the carpet here after dropping that game at home on Monday night to the Commanders. And the Colts are the poor recipient of said backlash. Like, I just, the Colts pass defense is pretty good. Their rush defense is middle of the pack. I expect the pass rush for Philadelphia to start to get home. They just brought in Ndamukong Suh also. Like, they just keep adding people to clog up that defensive line and dominate the line of scrimmage right there. So I'm not saying that Suh's going to play, major snaps in this game, but just looking forward here. So I do like the Eagles to cover it. I wouldn't be surprised if they win, something like 24-14, like something pretty handily, but I don't think you're going to get to 46 points in this game. I don't think Indianapolis has enough offensive prowess to be able to do that, because the passing game, I don't think is going to do a whole lot for them this week. It's going to be Jonathan Taylor. And as soon as they figure that out, they'll let Darius Slay go one-on-one against Michael Pittman. And then they'll just try and control Alec Pierce and Paris Campbell in the passing game. So the Eagles for me, and the under.
Yeah, I really like both of those. I do think that the Eagles are going to cover this one and cover it handily, right? This was a line that opened at 10 points and has since come down to 7. And I can see that because I think that this is going to be a 8-9 point type of margin of victory for the Eagles. And I think you're right. I think that this is going to be one of those that we see the Eagles put up about mid-20s, 24, 27 points, somewhere in there. And I think that it's very likely at that point that you see the Colts get 10 to 14 points type of thing. Like, this is one of those that I don't expect this to be overly close, and I don't expect this to look anything other than the Eagles dominating this thing start to finish. While you just saw the Commanders really dominate time of possession and show the blueprint on how to try and beat the Eagles, it took them having 40 plus rushing attempts in that game. And quite frankly,
and forcing 4 turnovers
on top of it, but controlling the time of possession there, you can't run Jonathan Taylor 40 plus times. Like, you're not going to be able to do it. So who else are you going to trot out there?
Zach Moss, baby.
Yeah, that's the problem. That one's just as easily to end up in an Eagles' hands going the other way for an Eagles defensive touchdown, I think, than it is for the Colts to maintain possession. So I think you're right. I think Philly wins this. I think the under on this thing. One of the props that I really liked Miles Sanders over 58.5 rushing yards.
I'm Michael Pittman under 58.5 receiving. I think Darius Slay just shuts that door.